All right, Keith, watching this storm tomorrow night. Not a big one, but it does affect the commute.
Yes, it could tomorrow night. It could, over southern Maine, I think especially, it could impact the commute. My early sense is it will not impact it as much as yesterday's storm did in the morning commute.
That's good.
But yeah, it's been a feisty little storm, which is, I was just saying I didn't have anything interesting lately, so there we go. We got this going on. In the meantime, cold temperatures, even still right now. The wind chill's 14 below in Rangeley, 13 below in Greenville, and these have largely improved as the day's gone on. Temperatures have increased, winds have settled down, and that combination has made it feel less frigid, but still it's quite cold. Clear skies mean the first half of tonight temperatures are really going to drop off quickly. Second half of the night, though, they actually increase as this warm front approaches us. Now, this is the storm we're talking about for tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, and it's not going to move directly over us. If it did, that would be an easier forecast. Instead, it kind of just slides to our south, and the question is, how far north does that precipitation shield make it into Maine? And that's the part that's been a little bit dicey to forecast. We'll show you that in a second. So clouds come in second half of tonight, temperatures stabilize and then warm up. Snow showers possible everywhere across the state, but best chance will be down east Maine and northern Maine by early tomorrow morning. Middle of the day is quiet and probably fairly mild, freezing or above across a good part of the state tomorrow despite the lack of sunshine. And then here's that precipitation shield. Again, most of it to our south. This model is a reasonable version, I think, of what is likely to happen tomorrow afternoon. We start with some periods of light rain over southern coastal Maine, York County specifically, southern Oxford County, and southern Cumberland County. Eventually, we change that over to a period of wet snow. This is 8 o'clock, but notice there's not a very far northern extent of this precipitation. It stays basically in line with about Bar Harbor to Augusta. Snow continues overnight in those zones and points to the south, and then it moves out in time for Saturday morning, which actually looks like a cold and windy day once again. The issue is the two global models that we like the best, the European model and the GFS American model, are pretty far apart. Now, they don't look that far apart, right? But just pay attention to the details of this being a very small amount of snow with the rain snow line involved versus the GFS has this kind of fat precipitation shield that will be several inches of snow. And so there's still a huge difference. If anything, they've gotten farther apart on what they think is going to happen here. We are kind of in the middle where we've got 1 to 3 inches of snow. I could foresee a situation where we have to pull this even farther south, but I'd rather go that way than surprise you with snow tomorrow. So I think this is where we're at right now, under an inch. When you get north of about Augusta and Bar Harbor, there will be less of a chance of any accumulating snow. Again, either way, not a huge deal, but if you're thinking tomorrow evening over southern Maine, especially after sunset, I would plan for some periods of light snow at least. It is quiet but cold over the weekend. Some more snow comes in on Sunday night. That's another little clipper, a little baby, 1, 2 inches of snow maybe. Partly cloudy on Tuesday, and then something we're watching Wednesday night into Thursday. We have had fewer coastal storms this year, more little clippers, which means, these couple of inch snowstorms. Continental, on the plus side, you don't get the ocean involved, which obviously we had problems with last year. So that's the advantage of these little clippers, is they're not super windy, super wavy. They're just kind of quick moving.
Okay.
I was going to say, they're brief. They come in, they do that, and they leave.
Yeah, and like I said, hopefully we may have to trim that snow down even more, but I'm of the mindset that you don't want to have to go this way and surprise people, so that's what we'll try to keep it that way.
All right. Keith, thank you.